Hey Mama, welcome to the podcast. My name is Jocelyn with the Positivity in Pregnancy and Motherhood podcast, and I am looking forward to sharing with you all about what to expect or what could be going on at 33 weeks pregnant. I'm a fellow mom of 5, and I am here to encourage you to have a better pregnancy mentally, because it is not easy with all those negative pregnancy symptoms, and there are a lot. So this podcast aims to help you to have a more positive pregnancy. Let's jump into today's episode. Hi, I'm Jocelyn, fellow mom of 5 and host of the Positivity in Pregnancy and Motherhood podcast. I help pregnant women and mothers to find the positivity in their season of life through changing their thoughts to work for them and not against them. I help mothers find the small, doable steps in thought and action without making drastic changes to their everyday mom life. And I can help you. Let's find positivity during our pregnancies and in our motherhood together. Thanks for joining. Your sweet little baby is just a growing, and that is what you want. You want them to keep growing. Their brain and nervous system are actually fully developed right now, but they're still vulnerable. The skull bones inside your baby's head are not fused together, and in fact, they will not fuse together until later after birth. That allows for the baby to go down the vaginal canal and for those skull bones to kind of squish down to be a little tighter, and then after they come out of the birth canal, they can expand to regular size, and it takes a while for those to fully grow and come back together. I don't know if you've heard, but if you haven't, babies usually have a soft spot on their head, and be definitely attentive and careful around the soft spot. But that is where their brains will eventually be covered up over time. Your sweet little baby in there is about the size of a pineapple from head to heel. They weigh around 4 pounds and are also around 18 inches long. So as we were talking about the skull not too long ago, if you have a healthy pregnancy, your body is not going to grow a baby that is too big. Now, I realize that there are exceptions to every rule, but overall, our bodies are pretty amazing. Our womanly bodies are built to birth. They are made to be able to bring these babies into the world, and it's pretty amazing and miraculous. So that if that is one of your worries, just know that if your pregnancy is healthy, your body will not grow a baby too big. Now, if you have gestational diabetes, that's a little different, and you need to visit with your midwife or your provider on things to be doing to help with that. But if your pregnancy is going good, your baby and your body should be just fine. And that can be a calming effect. Also, remember, I'm not a doctor, and talk to your doctor if you have concerns. This is just fellow mom sharing with fellow mom what I have learned and studied in my research and with my own experience. Baby is actually breathing and swallowing amniotic fluid inside your womb. And then they pee it out. And while that sounds really kind of weird and gross, maybe it actually helps their kidney and lung development. So these are good things that are going on. And I'll be honest, I actually didn't know that the babies did that until studying to do this podcast. I mean, you know your baby's growing, but you just don't realize what they're doing until you learn a little deeper. And every time I learn deeper, I'm more amazed of all the things that go on with our body to grow their body and what's happening with their body to prepare for life outside of the womb. It really is amazing. Pregnancy is such a beautiful and a special season, and I hope that despite some of the hardships, that you are finding some simple joys in this season. So for you, that is just where I want to start, actually. How are you feeling? What are some of those highs that you have been experiencing? What are some of the lows? maybe write them down or share them with someone. Some things that you have liked about this pregnancy, some things that you have disliked about this pregnancy. Letting that stuff out can help you to release it and not hold it down. It doesn't feel good to hold some of that negative emotion down. It feels better to let it go. Let it go through journaling, through talking to someone or telling them about how you are feeling. Now, something that you'll want to have on your radar is the Group B test. So it's actually called Group B Streptococcus, and it is a bacteria that can grow in a woman's gut. Now, it is harmless to the mom, but sometimes it can travel to the rectum and vagina, which can there's a slight chance it can cause harm to baby if you are found to have that. So they don't usually do that test till around 36 to 38 weeks. But if you do test positive for it, especially if you're in a hospital setting, they're going to highly encourage antibiotics. Now, for some people, this isn't a big deal. For others, this is a big deal. I can't remember if I tested positive for my first 3, but I know for my 4th, I tested positive. But she came so fast that we didn't even have time to do the antibiotic. And it turns out that's okay. So if the baby comes out pretty fast and you are positive for Group B, usually it's highly unlikely that they'll get it. It's when they spend more time in the birth canal, like say you have to push for a long time, that the concern might be there. So for some people, it might be good to get this antibiotic if you are positive. For her, I didn't end up getting it. And I can't remember if I tested positive for my last one or not, which is so strange. I should remember that because it wasn't that long ago. Nonetheless, I did not get an antibiotic. I just don't remember if I was positive or not. So some things you can try to do. I know, like I mentioned, that I'm telling you this a couple weeks early. And that's because in doing some research, I found that there's some ways to help your gut and hopefully maybe clear this up naturally so that you won't have to worry about the Group B. So you won't have to worry about an extra antibiotic and how that's going to work and how to fit that in. And maybe if that worries you, extra worries there. So in my research, this is what I found. I never did do any of this because I didn't know about it until now. So I'm learning this from Bridget Tyler. I will link her YouTube channel in the show notes, which has the week by week update. Go to week 33 and she talks a lot more about this, and she links her favorite probiotic. So that is her first tip, is to take a probiotic. She recommends Lactobacillus reuteri or Lactobacillus rhamnosus. And she says she recommends the 5 billion CFU femdophilus. Some of those words I can't even say. But that is linked in her show notes to that video if you are interested in her probiotic to maybe clear this up naturally. The next thing she recommended was to eat at least 2 cloves of garlic daily. She mentioned you could just put it on a spoon with honey and eat it that way, or get it into your cooking somehow, but that's quite a bit of garlic. But if it helps to clear your body of the Group B, I think it probably would be worth it, and it would be something that I would be willing to try. I also am a little more willing to try stuff like that than other people, and I realize that. So take that as a grain of salt. The next tip that she recommends is to ditch processed foods. And this is a good one during pregnancy anyway, because it gives your baby and your body more nutrients that it needs. Eating foods like sauerkraut, plain Greek yogurt, kimchi, cottage cheese, or kefir can all help to have good gut health during this time and to hopefully help get rid of that Group B if that is a concern. It all improves health, which is good. Health begins in your gut, and so we want to have a good, healthy gut that can help us to possibly eradicate or get rid of that Group B so that maybe you don't have to deal with that. Or if it doesn't worry you, it's okay. You can do the antibiotic if you choose as well. Right now, you also may be having to use the bathroom a lot. And this is because baby is resting on your bladder. So it probably feels like there's less room or you can hold less because that baby is just sitting right there on your bladder. It is amazing to know that they are there, but they definitely show up in more ways than one. Not just those cute little punches, rolls, or hiccups, but with having to use the restroom all the time. Hold out, Mama. You only have around 7 more weeks left until you bring this sweet little baby into your arms. If you have not taken a birth class, I highly recommend you to take a birth class, even if you've had babies before. Sometimes it is so good to review and to be reminded of what to expect and what kind of goes on with our bodies when it comes to birthing. Try to visualize a positive birth and just enjoying that moment of holding your baby in your arms. As I mentioned at the very beginning of this podcast, I really like to encourage positivity during pregnancy. I feel like that is an area that is greatly neglected and really could use a whole lot more focus. And so that's what I focus a lot on. Each week, I also have mental tips for you to do to increase the positivity that you feel and hopefully to diminish or decrease the negativity. It does take work. It takes intentionality. It takes you thinking new thoughts and pushing the old ones away. But if I can do it, you can do it. This thought shifting has allowed me to have 5 babies when I thought I was only going to have 2. So it is powerful and it does work and it is possible. One of my favorite areas to talk about when it comes to shifting mindset is gratitude. That's because it is easy to find gratitude. It's not hard to look for. There can be gratitude in so many areas of our lives. All we have to do is choose to think about it. So I have in my course, I have a morning sickness mini course for mental health. And in that course, I have like 3 different types of videos. The types of videos are gratitude, changing the negative to the positive, and pregnancy-specific affirmations. And there's a lot of different areas of gratitude. And in today's episode, I want to focus, or to help you focus, excuse me, my voice is going a little hoarse. I want to help you focus on one area of the gratitude. And just know that you can use this area you can focus on different areas of gratitude to help you find and feed more positive thoughts. The one I want you to think about today is your favorite thing to learn about and gratitude for that. So maybe during school you loved writing and you enjoyed learning how to write and to get better at personification and similes. Maybe it wasn't anything to do with school. Maybe you loved learning about horses or the great outdoors or nature or things outside. But what brought you joy that you enjoyed learning about? And how can you find gratitude for that? I enjoyed learning about plants when I was younger and in school. And I actually did an 4-H FFA thing and I won state. And it was so fun to be able to learn about that and to excel to a level to where I won. Maybe there's been an area where you have won something, or maybe there's an area that you want to learn about. But finding gratitude for these things that we have learned or things that excite us to learn about can be a powerful way to help you start shifting away from negativity and into positivity. If you want further help with this, my mini course is just the thing. The videos are all under 10 minutes, 2 to 8 minutes long, and I've got 44 options of pregnancy-specific videos to help you find more mental clarity and positivity during this pregnancy. I realize that it's called the Morning Sickness Mini Course, but all of these videos are pregnancy-specific. It is called that because that is when I was most desperate for mental health, was during that mental sickness time. But I use these videos, and there's actually audios to go with all of them, during every phase of my pregnancy, and they helped me through so much. And I know that if you want help, they can help you as well. Mama, I am cheering for you. God is cheering for you. Your family is cheering for you, and your sweet little baby can't wait to meet you. It's going to be so wonderful when you finally get to see and hold them in your arms. It is so powerful and so amazing. And you're around 7 weeks away, not too far. It's on 2 hands. You can count down with 2 hands, which is so awesome and so exciting. Keep up the good work. Until next time. Thank you for being a part of the Positivity in Pregnancy and Motherhood podcast, for listening, for sharing, and most of all, for applying these tools into your own life to improve your own happiness so that you can find your own better thoughts and becoming the mother that you desire to be through taking small steps in thought and action to reach your goals. If you are a mother who has an inner desire to enjoy motherhood and pregnancy better, but you are having difficulty figuring it out, I can help you. Thanks for joining. Reach out, let's connect, and let's see you move forward in your motherhood. My name is Jocelyn, and I thank you for listening. Until next time.